guys, Josh with Spartan Reptiles, and I want to thank you guys for joining in. I have a really interesting video for you guys today, and it's the common problems that you have with the Exo Terra thermoelectric incubator. There's really only one main problem. Everybody that seems to have one is always, at some point or time, ran into this issue where it won't hold temps, and your fan kicks on and stays on, and it just doesn't stop. A lot of people actually go through the whole rigmarole of going through the warranty and having it sent back and replaced, and then they have the same problem with the next incubator that they get. It's really a simple problem that they have, simple and easy to fix. It's actually a very inexpensive part. You can find them on Amazon from anywhere for the cheap ones. If you want to go cheap, a couple bucks. And if you want to go with the better one, better quality part, they're about $6. And you can even buy them in lots. I mean, they're readily available, and they're used for a lot of different things. And this was brought to my attention by a friend of mine who was actually using them to incubate his gecko eggs that he had, and called me up one day and was like, "Hey, I was sitting here watching my incubator while I was in my gecko room, and I noticed it started dropping temps, and the fan wouldn't shut off." He goes, "Can you take a look at it for me?" And I was honest. I told him, I'm not real familiar with them. I don't use them. And I was like, "But yeah, I'll take a look at it for you." And the good thing, is I have a friend at Napa who is an electronic genius. And, the kid's a whiz. I want to thank you, Mike, for, bringing this to our attention. And then now I can share the information with everybody on YouTube. It is a thermoelectric heat sink, or a heat element. And it is called a TEC1 heat source. And it's actually in the very back of the incubator itself. And it's designed to actually get really cold on one side and really, really hot on the other one. I mean, if you actually hook this up to a 12-volt power source, one side will literally burn you. It actually will leave blisters. And the other side gets super, super cold. So, that being said, I'll actually show you what this little piece looks like. This is the heat source. That's your problem. And when they start going out and start getting weak, one side doesn't get hot and the other side gets cold. And then the way this is designed, the fan pushes the cold air back into the incubator instead of pushing it out. So the way to fix it is to actually take the back off. And I will kind of show you where the screw holes are. You have 2 up top, 2 in the center here, and then you have 2 on the bottom. So there's a total, and there's one right there. So there's a total of like 6 or 7 different screws. So what you want to do is get a flat Phillips screwdriver and unscrew it. And then behind, as soon as you pull this down right here, you'll see right here where you got this little inlet for air. This is where your fan is. Just above the fan, you'll have what they call a cooling coil. You actually have to pull that off, and you got to do it really easy because it's glued on there. And then behind that cooling coil is where the heat sink, right here, is actually glued with a special heat transfer glue directly to an aluminum box, which allows the transfer of the heat. So it's glued there. Simple thing, cut, splice, put your new one in after you glue it on, use some small butt connectors, crimp those back together, glue your cooling coil back on, put everything back together, and then you fire it up. This one actually has been fixed. We actually just finished this one the other day, and I will plug it in. Nathan, can I have you plug it in right over there for me? Yep. Nathan's giving me a hand here right now.
Turn it on.
Okay, so just to show, I mean, you heard the beep come on. I will turn the light on just so you know it is on. Again, we'll do it again just to show you the proof that it is on. Right now it's currently set to 73 degrees. Of course, you know, that's ambient temperature in this room at the moment, because I am actually ventilating the room. I got a window open to get stagnant air out, pulling some fresh air. And I'm going to go ahead and set this up to about 92 degrees. So I have the set point there, currently at 73. So we'll give it a few minutes, and I will actually later on in the video, I will pull the back off and I will show you the cooling coil and all that. But easy fix. Easy fix. I mean, everybody goes out and spends, I've seen them for like $129 all the way up to like $159 for these. And they're all made at the same place. There's actually another brand out there that makes it where it's all silver. It makes it look real fancy. It comes from the same plant. So, I mean, you're going to have the same issues with that one if you go out and you invest in something like this. But, not that being said, I mean, if you're a very small hobbyist and, you know, you're only going to have a small clutches or whatever of, you know, geckos or whatever. I mean, whatever you're breeding that you want to use this incubator for. I'm not saying don't. I mean, everybody lives and learns, and it's everybody's decision, and I'm not here to tell you how to do you. I mean, it's your decision, it's your choice. But I'm here to give you advice on how to fix the problem, and I definitely, you know, suggest going with a higher end TEC1 hink source. And I mean, like I said, they're like $6-7. They're not expensive at all. It takes a whole whopping 15 minutes to fix this thing, and away you go. So already, right now, just with me, you know, kind of jabbering there, we went from 73 to 75, and it will actually keep going. Another thing I did learn about this thing is it seems to work best in room temperatures of no higher than like 76 to 78 degrees. So now the Exo Terra is sitting at 86 degrees, and this was only in a matter of just a minute or two. I stepped out of the reptile room just to go get a drink, came back in sitting at 86 degrees, wasn't gone more than a couple of minutes. So we'll just go ahead and time lapse it, you know, watch this for a few and we'll time lapse it. And I'll give you about an accurate time that it went from 73 degrees all the way up to, as I got it set at 92. So now we're at 78 degrees. And, I mean, we ordered a $6 part, you know, off of Amazon. Got it next day because we were, you know, members of Prime. Put it on, fired it up at work, and we let it sit for, it was probably about 30 minutes, and we were sitting right at 90 degrees inside, while the temperature up here said 92. So there is that, you know, this thermostat, your temperature reading on the Exo Terra is not, you know, super accurate. I mean, it is, on this one, it's within about 2 degrees. I'm sure with the other ones I've done some reviews on, you know, I've read some reviews on other people's problems, and, you know, they've had temperature gradients of 5 degrees. So you just got to kind of learn, you know, how your incubator, how your Exo Terra works in order to figure out your sweet spot. So, you know, where to set your high temp, you know, so that way you got the temperature you want inside the incubator. And I always recommend and suggest, always make sure you have a thermostat, or a thermometer, I should say, inside there too, so you can monitor it just by, you know, looking through the sight glass. Just take your precautions, take all the proper steps, and you'll be fine. So this one here is going to go back to my friend, you know, here in a couple days, when he gets back in town, because he travels a lot, he's a logger, and, you know, that's the easy fix. So I hope this helps you out, guys, and, like I said, before the video's over, I will show you, you know, with the back open, where it's at, what you need to do, and then hopefully it helps everybody. Okay, so here's the cover off. There's the fan that I was talking about. This is the cooling coil. And right behind this cooling coil, once you pull that off, your TEC element is right behind it, and it's glued to the back of the thing. Like I said, all you got to do is take these two wires right here that go up to the heat sink, which can't really see it right there real well, but it's just, I just replaced it, did a heat shrink wrap on it, and they put it all back together. And there is a particular glue that you have to use on there so it conducts, allow for transfer of heat. And put it all back together, put the back on, plug her in, and away you go. So I hope that helps you guys. That's how you fix these Exo Terra thermoelectric incubators. And I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it helps out a lot. So there you have it, guys. I hope that helps out. And now you know how to fix your Exo Terra incubator. All it is that little heat sink, like I said, which you can find on Amazon, like I said previously. And they're not very expensive. And Bella just wants to say hi here.
Hi.
Okay, come back over here.
My daddy's pretty funny.
Yeah, I'm funny. Okay, but anyways, I hope this video helps you guys out. And as always, keep on herping.
Keep on herping, guys.